Hi folks. So the video I did last night talking about the fact that these churches won't be judged according to my way of judging, they'll be judged according to their way, would cause a bit of confusion because people would think, obviously, if you're the one deciding what happens, then you decide according to your way. No, you don't. No. Well, again, because if they say that it's okay to treat people, banning them from church, etc., etc. If they say it's okay to do that, then they should be treated in that way. If they ever say, well, okay, they can come, right? To anything that I do, they can come. But as soon as any of them from that church say anything that could be taken as offensive, they're banned. Right? Well, why not? Why wouldn't that be the case? Because that's how they do things. Yeah, it's like, okay, would I have an obligation to any of the churches in Elgin? There's only one, and that would be the Nigerian church. Because they were welcoming. Yeah. The pastor, I didn't rate him in any way, shape or form. And what they were doing with bringing their culture into church, I thought that was idiotic, but okay. It is what it is. That's people without understanding. Okay, they are people without understanding. That's fine. But they were welcoming. And they were the most welcoming of any church. Yeah. So for them, maybe I would have an obligation to go and speak to them and share with them what God has given, if they requested it. Which I don't think they would, but if they did, then there would be a degree of obligation for me to do that because they were incredibly welcoming to me. Yeah. But, yeah. The River Church, no obligation at all. Oasis Church, no obligation at all. You have a Baptist church in the area, no obligation at all. The community church or Rick, well, if I do a coffee morning or if I do a separate venues, men's and women's meetings, then maybe. But I don't think I'll be doing those. So if all I do is a main time of speaking about God and worshipping God, then obviously they won't be welcome to that because I'm banned from that in their church. So okay, there is no obligation for me to open my doors to them to that because they won't do that for me, but they haven't. So therefore, okay, then radio. And this is the point. This is why they get offended, because they say, "Oh, just because we're doing it doesn't mean you have to." No, that's what it does mean. It does mean that, yes. It does. Read what it says. Judge, and you'll be judged. The way you judge is how you'll be judged. The measure you use will be measured back onto you. Right? So yes, what you do will be done to you. Yes? Okay. It says give and it will be given. If you don't give, it won't be given. Right? It says also, I mean, come on, we have the story with the talents, where the one who basically hid his talent, didn't try and do anything with it, it was taken away, wasn't it? All that he had was taken away. To the others, they were given more. Because they tried. They went out there and they did. The problem is the River Church thinks that having this coffee morning and doing the whatever else they're doing, the breakfast things for the men's breakfast, and the community church of Vic thinks that doing this coffee morning thing again that's fruit. But it's not, you see. Because the coffee mornings that they do in churches, that's to replace the community centres that have gone missing in communities. Because those community centres used to deal with that. You used to have the old people going in for a little bit of food, cup of tea, little natter. And that's exactly what they have in these churches. The community church of Rick, sometimes they do soup and cheese. I think it's every other Thursday they do something of that nature. In the other church, again, they do soup. I think probably the community church of Rick realised that they should do soup because the other one's doing soup. So therefore, it may be made by the same person. Yeah. But again, I'm sorry, that's not fruit. That's you doing people-pleasing stuff, and you get your reward for that. Well, especially when you, like the River Church, when you ban people that say things that people could take offence to from those events, because you're doing things exactly like the world. So if there was a worldly community centre open in this area that would ban people if they said something that could be offensive, that's exactly what the River Church are doing on Tuesday mornings. Exactly that. At least in the Elgin Community Church of Rick, at least they have this TV on that shows lovely pictures. Yeah. That's it really. They have, I think, soft music playing in the background, but no singing. It's not worship, not praise, not anything like that. Just soft guitar or piano or harp or whatever it is being played on the TV while it's showing these things, these images of mountains and lakes, and yeah, it's a beautiful things. But again, it's better. But again, is it bringing God into the equation? This is a church. Is it are any of them using the opportunity they have of getting people in to speak about God? No. No. In the Elgin Community Church of Rick, they play board games. Again, exactly what they used to do in community centres. Exactly. They sit around drinking coffee, talking about their day, talking about what's going on in their lives. Exactly community centre. That is not fruit. And as I say, that's why I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't be doing that. There would be no need. There would be a case that people are welcome to pop over for a coffee, and we can talk. We can talk about your week. We can talk about whatever. And we can talk about whatever God wants to talk about, but that would be more of a one-on-one rather than, something open to the community. Oh, that would be open to the community, but it'd be one-on-one more than, a community centre idea. But right now, that's what they're doing. They're doing that as a way of replacing community centres because, it costs councils and it costs communities money to set them up. So if you've already got churches already set up, that's why the community centres went missing. Because people understood that, well, if we can get churches to do that, that's why I say you've basically got spiritual community centres. And that's what a church is now. Yeah, on Sundays you get a slightly spiritual element to it. Slightly. I mean, that's generous. Yeah, to call it that is very, very generous indeed. Is it that? Well, slightly, yeah. Well, as I say, I mean, if you listen to the worship in most of the churches, certainly in Elgin, they're all worshipping the Son when the Son said you're supposed to be worshipping the Father. So, are they getting the spiritual right? No, that's why I said slightly. So there you go. You take care. God bless. Bye-bye.